Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, taking some more Call of Duty World War II. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have several topics I would like to discuss, including some leaked gameplay of new camos that may be coming to the game in the near future. We have some camo glitches you can do in-game, which look freaking incredible, and it's sparking a lot of discussion right now. We have some updates from Sledgehammer Games regarding boosting and sprint out times, and of course, with today being Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I have something at the end of the video that I think you guys are going to enjoy quite a bit. So let's start things off here by talking about the camos. So some of you guys may have actually heard about the Blood Diamond glitch here in Call of Duty World War II. It occurs when you get a kill with a melee weapon and then switch back to your primary, but it only works on occasion because you have to get a kill with a melee weapon and have your weapon suddenly be covered in blood. It's an effect that the weapons actually have here in this game, and when that happens, when you kill somebody with a melee weapon and suddenly your weapon's covered in blood, switch back to your primary, and as you can see, you are going to have that same blood spatter on your primary weapon, and it can look really cool depending on whether or not you have diamond camo or chrome camo or a bunch of other things on there. This has actually been known about for quite some time. I'm not giving you guys anything new here, but I just now recently experienced it because I'm finally working on the shovel challenges to unlock chrome camo. This got me thinking, and it reminded me of all of those leaked camos back in November and how Sledgehammer Games is probably going to be making some changes to the camos here in Call of Duty World War II in the very near future. So for those that don't know, back in November, Earthbound Fan, Tails, and Semyel leaked a bunch of camos that are floating around within the Call of Duty World War II game files. These, of course, are the same guys who leaked to us all of that information from Modern Warfare Remastered last year, and they even gave us video of each of these unobtainable camos. I'll have a link to the videos down there in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check them out. Of course, I can't show you leaked content in my video because Activision will throw a fit, but in there we see Chrome Tiger camo, which is very similar to Chrome, which we have currently, but of course with Tiger stripes going through it, and in my opinion looks a lot better than Chrome camo. We have Diamond Weave camo, which is very similar to Diamond, but it's in more of a rattlesnake style pattern as compared to a just cover the entire gun style pattern that we have right now. Again, in my opinion, looks a lot better. We have Fire Skulls camo, which in my opinion doesn't look very good. It's like a fire themed camo with some vague skull shapes inside of it. We have Gold Leopard, which is gold camo with a leopard print. We have something called Mop camo, which basically looks like the same camo that comes by default on the Winter Siege variants, along with a bunch of other ones. We have leopard camos, rattlesnake camos, skull camos, and much more. I have to wonder, what is Sledgehammer's plan for these camos? It's entirely possible that they were tested and ultimately cut from the game for one reason or another, but it's also possible that they will still come to the game eventually as supply drop camos or DLC camos or as part of some promotion like the ones they've been running with Twitch Prime. We really have no idea. With so many people feeling let down by the camos here in this game, especially the chrome camo being the big final one, which is completely lackluster in every possible way, I think it's entirely likely that Sledgehammer will add these camos to the game or even make some changes to the current camos. Time will tell. I just want to make sure you guys are aware that these camos are in fact in the game files, because when the initial leak came through, nobody was talking about it, right? Because the game had just released. We were focused on so many more other things as compared to camos in the game files, but yeah, these are in fact there, and so I imagine they are going to be added in the relatively near future. Sledgehammer, if you happen to catch this video and if you're looking for ideas, I really do think people would like Chrome Tiger. I think people would like Diamond Weave. I especially think people would like a Blood Diamond camo, and also this glitched out Midnight camo. This is pretty awesome as well. So this happens when people put on camos like Diamond, and for some reason it doesn't load in properly. It basically just gives you this black texture on your gun. That looks fantastic as well, but of course, Sledgehammer is walking a very fine line. There are lots of people out there who do not want crazy camos in their World War II game. They're already stretching by adding in copper and bronze and diamond and gold and stuff like that, so I have to wonder, how far will they actually take things? Time will tell, I suppose. I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comment section below. Speaking of making changes, Sledgehammer has given us an update on sprint out times here within Call of Duty World War II, as well as various boosting issues that they plan to address. Let's go ahead and start talking about sprint out times. So Michael Condrey gave us a very long and detailed post, which you can find down there in the description, where he explains why they have no immediate plans to change these sprint out times here within Call of Duty World War II. You see, initially, the game was going to have a basic training similar to Dexterity from Black Ops 2. They decided to cut it from the game because they felt like it was going to be a crutch basic training that fans would feel like is required to use, and they didn't want fans feeling like they needed to dedicate their one basic training to improving sprint out time. They also discussed a bunch of other possible fixes to this issue, including improving sprint out time within the airborne division itself, but they feel like they already have a pretty heavy submachine gun meta, and a change like this would make it so submachine guns are even more prevalent than they already are. He even teased that potentially in the future we may see a movement-focused division that could implement some of these changes that people are asking for, like the Cavalry division, which I discussed in a previous video, but he said not to hold them to that. But I don't know, guys, the very fact that he mentioned adding a new division to the game when we already know that the Cavalry division is in the game files seems incredibly telling that we are going to get a new division in the future, but of course we're going to have to wait and see. For right now, they have no plans to adjust these sprint out times here within Call of Duty World War II, and just like with the camos, I'd love to hear what you guys think about that down there in the comment section below. Next up, we have an update on the boosting situation. So for those that don't know, a bit of a history lesson. When the game first came out, Sledgehammer issued this big ban wave, essentially, where they were banning a bunch of boosters and cheaters within their game. The problem is, it was a little bit too strict, and it was banning a bunch of people who didn't do anything wrong, including YouTubers, pro players, live streamers, like people in the public eye who would not cheat because people would notice. Even those guys were getting banned. Nobody was seemingly safe from the ban hammer, and ever since then, they've toned it back, and people are able to boost and cheat and stuff like that with really no repercussions whatsoever. Well, Sledgehammer now claims they are increasing their efforts to enforce on boosters, including the ones at the top of the leaderboards who have obviously boosted stats, which is pretty much good news for everybody. I'm just hoping it goes a lot more smoothly than last time. I am all for banning and resetting cheaters, but let's make sure they actually did something wrong before dishing out any punishment. Finally, today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in the United States. It's a day where we take the time to remember Dr. King and everything he did in the name of justice, equality, and peace among all people. Well, back in 2011, I was playing some Call of Duty World at War, and I know this sounds off topic, but I promise it's all connected. And while I was playing World at War, I got into this lobby where this kid starts giving an inspirational speech to everybody about why Last Stand / Second Chance needs to be removed from the Call of Duty series. His speech was actually quite similar in style to Dr. King's famous I Have a Dream speech, so I thought I would feature it here at the end of this video in the hopes that you guys find it funny. I apologize in advance for these subtitles. As I said, I initially posted this like 7 years ago, and at the time, I thought the subtitles made it even better, but in retrospect, I wish the subtitles weren't there. But regardless, it's a really old video that I think you guys are going to find funny, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Drop me a rating, and enjoy the Squeaker with a Dream.
Everybody out there, I know how you feel with that second chance in that last thing. I voted to stop all these second chances, stop all these last chances. I have a dream that one day you can play a decent game without having a last stand or a second chancer. I would like to say, whoever uses last stand should go out and sell this game. They don't deserve to play this game.